The house was too quiet. Not the usual empty house quiet, but a thick, pressurized silence that made my ears hum. I'd agreed to watch Mrs. Donovan's place while she was in hospice, which made the air taste like guilt. I kept forgetting to water her ferns. The third day, I noticed the photo albums. She'd left them stacked neatly on the coffee table, spines cracked with age. I told myself I wouldn't pry, but nights here were long, and the TV only got 12 channels. Then I flipped to a shot of her dining room. Same chandelier, same oak table. A shadow in the corner, tall and thin, bending over something on the floor. The next page, closer. A child's birthday cake, the shadow now at the edge of the frame, one hand too long, fingers knuckled like tree roots, reaching toward the candles. By the last page, the thing filled the entire photo, faceless, its outline buzzing like static. The power went out then. Not a storm, no wind, just the fridge's dying wine and the sudden sugary stench of burnt cake. Something scratched at the front door, rhythmic, patient, like it was testing the lock. The scratch stopped. My breath scraped my throat as I edged toward the front window. Streetlights dead, the glass reflected only the static gray dark of the room behind me. My own face smeared across the void, a pale wisp. Candles. Mrs. Donovan kept rose-scented ones in the china cabinet. I pried the door open, ceramic knobs rattling too loud, and froze. The kitchen faucet dripped. Steady. Deliberate. 4 beats. Pause. 4 beats? Not a leak. A countdown. The match hissed, flame trembling. 2 candles guttered alive. Their glow warped the walls, stretched the hallway into a throat. The burnt sugar smell curdled into something meatier, metallic. Spoiled birthday. A creak upstairs. Second stair from the top, the one that groans when you... No. The flicker of light caught it first, a smudge on the hallway mirror. My reflection, yes, but smeared at the edges, shoulders slumped at a wrong angle. The drip quickened. 3 beats, 2, as the silhouette behind me deepened. Not touching. Not yet. This isn't real. I pinched my wrist, the pain a dull anchor. Ferns trembled on the windowsill, leaves brittle as old bones. I'd forgotten to water them again. Silence. Then breathing, wet, wheezing, not mine, dragging from the dining room. The candles died. In the black, something clicked its tongue. Once, twice. A third time, inches from my ear. The click echoed in my teeth. I didn't scream. Couldn't. My tongue stuck to the roof of my mouth, fused with the sweet rot air. Shadows breathed. Walls flexed. Count the exits, I thought. But the hallway yawned longer now, the front door swallowed by a black too thick for the candle's memory of light. The mirror still there, breathing back at me, shuddered. My reflection yawned, not mine, lips splitting like overripe fruit, jaw hinging too wide. No sound. The faucet kept time. Drip, 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 drip. The table glinted, silverware arranged in a spine pattern, butter knife lodged in the wood. My butter knife. My handwriting on the wall behind it, YOU, forgot the matches. But I hadn't. The matchbook bulged in my palm, greasy with sweat. The ceiling creaked again. Second stare, followed by a wet thump. A sack of flour. A body. "Stop," I whispered. My voice stuck to the smeared mirror, to the thing wearing my skin. The fridge groaned awake, light spilling jaundice, yellow. Just long enough to see the dining chair pulled out. The butter knife missing. My palm split open, blood pooling where the matchbook had been. The dark returned. Something sat down at the table. Chewing. I held my breath. It held my breath too. The air curdled, cold and sticky as congealed broth. A wet crunching echoed from the table bone. Carrot? Each bite sinking with my pulse. My lungs burned. The matchbook squirmed in my other hand. Not paper anymore, sinew. Teeth. I dropped it, heard a wet slap. The floor breathed upward, boards swelling like a ribcage. The fridge light caught my reflection in the toaster's chrome. Two of me, one mouthing help, the other grinning with too many molars. The light died. Something leaned in. I smelled lilacs, Mom's perfume, but wrong-soured, cloying. The scent hooked into my nostrils, tugging my head upward. "Don't look." "Gee?" My teeth chattered. Not from cold. They clicked like typing keys, spelling something I couldn't stop. Above me, the dart shifted, a landslide of shadow settling into a shape. A face. Mom's face, but stretched, nostrils gaping wide as thumbprints. The chair legs screeched backward. My legs mirrored them, tendons jerking like puppet strings. The thing that wasn't. Mom tilted its head, neck vertebrae popping one by one. Its breath pooled in my ears, warm and mildewed. A fingernail tapped the table. My fingernail. Blood still crusted the cuticle. I glanced down. My palm's wound had vanished. The sack pulsed. Mai's teeth. "Eat," it said. My tongue probed the gaps in my gums. 3 missing. The matchbook squirmed under my heel, burrowing into the floor's fleshy wood. A drip hit my shoulder. The ceiling wept, droplets fat and yellowish. The thing tutted, dabbing its neck with a napkin. My shredded blouse. "No manners," it sighed. Lightning flashed. The window showed our reflection, the thing cradling my head against its chest, my eyes sewn shut with black thread. Then dark again. Its hand gripped mine, skin bubbling where we touched. "Better," it cooed. My bones ground like peppercorns. The fridge door wheezed. Inside, the bulb birthed a swarm of moths. "Shh," it said. "You'll wake the others." The ceiling creaked in unison, dozens of footsteps circling. The floorboards quivered under my socks, soft, spongy. Alive. My toes sank into them, roots threading between my joints. The thing hummed, a lullaby in reverse. Each note pricked my eardrums, birthing whispers. The dining clock chimed. 1, 2, 37. The hand spun, carving scratches into the glass face. Above us, the footsteps quickened. Thumps like bodies rolling off beds. My scalp itched. Strands of hair drifted into my lap, its hair now, coarse and graying, braiding itself into my wrists. The creature leaned closer. Its pupils swelled, ink blots bleeding into the whites. A moth landed on the table, antennae twitching. Its wings bore the pattern of my own fingerprints. A high, papery laughter skittered from the hallway. Not the thing's, not mine. The others. My pinky snapped sideways with a moist crunch. Then the ring finger, realigning to fit its grip. "There," it purred, squeezing. Our palms fused, a single lifeline now. The rot started in my wrist, a spongy warmth crawling up the vein, fat bubbles popping under the skin. Its skin. The braids pulsed, tightening, loosening synchronized to the thing's breath. The moths clustered on the table legs now, wings folding and unfolding, my birthmark repeating across them, fractal, relentless. Cold honey filled my ears, distant thumps grew viscous. Slow. Wicker tendrils snaked beneath my jeans, stitching me to the chair's skeleton. Its sigh fogged the air. A milky film settled on my forearms. The walls breathed in sticky rasps. Floorboards peeled back like band-aids, revealing wet cartilage beneath. The clock's scratches spelled words now. Almost, 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 and the thing pressed its cheek to mine. Hot. Waxy. The braids slithered up to my elbows. When it laughed, the chandelier rained teeth. My tears were cool, where hers were scalding.